Huh?
Casual devotee.
We said no, already we told what is casual devotee. Casual devotee means that he thinks that I am doing Krishna consciousness, but I have all other things also to do, which has got nothing to do with Krishna consciousness. Such devotee is called casual devotee.
Casual.
A devotee who thinks that in his life there are activities which are independent of Krishna consciousness. Such devotee is called casual devotee.
Sorry, what was the point about casual devotee?
Huh?
What was the point about the casual devotee?
Prabhupada put casual devotees and non-devotees in the same category. You see, he says the Lord certainly fulfills all desires in regard to transcendental loving service, but he cannot fulfill the whims of non-devotees, even when such casual devotees offer him best of prayers,
Because they lack the intention.
because they lack the intention and because they are not serious. They may offer best of prayers, but it does not fulfill the whims of such devotee. Yes.
You told yesterday, casual devotees, we don't put them in the category of Kanishthadikari,
Yeah.
but in which category they will fall? Karma yogis,
Below Kanishta.
we don't Karma yogis?
No, Karma Yogi is a different category. The pre-Kanishta.
What is? It's mixed something.
I mean, they can become Kanishthadikari. Like Chaturvita Bhajanti Mam. They come in that category.
So it's Sakama Bhaktas.
No, Chaturvita Bhajanti Mam is they are going, those who are qualified to take up devotional service. They will become devotees. Then they will become Sakama, Nishkama, like that. At the stage of entry, they are not devotees. They have their motivation, they have come to Krishna with their motivation. So they will become devotees.
But pious people.
They are potential people to become devotees.
So for many years, people will be stuck at potential.
Maybe.
Because if they are not in Varnashram Dharma people,
No, it doesn't matter whether in Varnashram Dharma or in Kali Yuga, who is in Varnashram Dharma? Nobody is in Varnashram Dharma in Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga, Varnashram is all completely screwed up. So there is no guy who is in Varnashram Dharma in Kali Yuga. Even the so-called Brahmanas in India, they are only claiming Brahmanship by birth. They are not claiming Brahmanship by qualification. You can hardly find, very rarely, some Brahmana who is by birth and then is also qualified. It's not that you cannot find, you can find. But it is very, very rare. So Varnashram is not the basis in Kali Yuga.
so you call them what, pretenders?
Who?
Those casual devotees.
No, they are not pretenders, they are devotees only. But they are casual. There is no other, like because they have some devotion. It's not that they don't have devotion. Okay. But their devotion is not serious enough so that they will, that can have some kind of impact. But the casual devotees will become serious devotees. It's not that they will not become, it's not they are condemned for, it's not like an eternal category casual devotee.
It's not Sakama Karma Yogi.
No. Actually, there is nothing called Sakama Karma Yogi. This is another misconception. Karma Yogi cannot be Sakama. Karma Yogi by definition is Niskama. There is no Sakama Karma Yogi. Sometimes people use this terminology in ISKCON, but there is nothing called Sakama Karma Yogi. If he is Sakama, he is not Karma Yogi. There can be a Sakama Bhakta, there cannot be Sakama Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi by definition is not attached to fruits of activity. If he is attached to fruits of activity, how can you call him as Karma Yogi?
Because he's a worshipper of the demigods, something like this.
Worshipper of demigod is different category. He is worshipper of demigod category. Karma yogi means he is not attached to fruits of his result. There is aham, there is mameti. Okay. Karma yogi is attached to aham, but he is not attached to mameti. Okay. Aham is varnashrama identity, and mameti is fruits of that action. So he is not attached to fruits of that action. He is simply attached to his identity and he wants to do his prescribed duty. This is karma yoga. So therefore, by definition, he cannot be sakama. I know many people use this expression in ISKCON. It looks very fancy also, sakama karma yoga. But he is nothing like a sakama karma yoga.
No, but I heard explanations that it is like you give the results of your work to Krishna, but ask something else. Like barter system. I give this, you give me something else. Not the results.
The moment you see, the problem is the moment you give to Krishna, then you become a devotee. Okay? You ask this, you ask that, it doesn't matter. See, there is the Krishna actually explains the hierarchy of devotion in the 12th chapter, Bhagavad Gita. Okay? First he says that matpranamo, whatever he says, that you become pure devotee. You be pure devotee. Okay? Then next is atachittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram. He says that abhyasa yogena tate mam ichchatum dhananjaya. He says that you do sadhana bhakti. By sadhana bhakti you can go to raga platform. In raga platform you can practice pure devotional service and you can be with me. So this is the second. Then the third category, what he is saying, even if you cannot do this, then you simply do what you want to do and offer results to me. Okay? This is the least, category of devotee. That he does what he wants to do and then he offers some results to Krishna. That's it. He may offer full result, he may keep some result and offer some result. But he has this idea that he will do something and he will offer result to Krishna. That is devotee. And if Krishna says, if you cannot do that also, then you do social work.
Yes.
You do pious activities, social work, etc. Which is karma kanda. Okay. Then Krishna says, tapasvidbhyo diko yogi, jnanibhyo diko mataha. What is that? He says that one who gives up, like a jnana yogi is better than karma yogi, a dhyana yogi is better than jnana yogi, but a devotee is better than dhyana yogi also.
Yes.
That is his conclusion.
But Karma Yogi doesn't mention in the sequence of us.
Yes, it's there. It's there. You take that verse, I can show you.
But we know that some devotees could have that transaction mentality.
It's okay. They are Sakama Bhakta. They are not Sakama Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi is a technical term. Sakama Bhakta is possible. Sakama Karma Yogi is not possible.
Karma Yogi means what?
By definition, Karma Yogi means a person who is attached to doing his duty, but he is not attached to his fruits of that duty. This is called Karma Yogi. So how can he be Sakama?
There is if I remember well, there is that Guni Bhuta Bhakti, Pradhani Bhuta.
They are all Bhakti. They are all Bhakti. Guni Bhuta Bhakti, Pradhani Bhuta Bhakti, they are all Bhakti. We are talking about Bhakti.
So who does he give? He does not give the results of his work to Krishna. That is not Karma Yogi.
Karma Yogi means he is not attached to result.
So
The result is there, he is not attached to it. Okay?
He doesn't give the result to Krishna.
Karma Yogi need not necessarily give the result to Krishna. Brahmarpanam Brahmavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmane te Virkantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina.
Okay, Brahman.
He simply understands that everything is in transcendence. So he is attached to the process of sacrifice, but he is not attached to the process of getting results from it and enjoying it. Okay. A person who is attached to the results of getting results from it and enjoying it is a karmi. He is not a karma yogi. He can pray to demigods, he can pray to whatever, but he wants to do piety and then he wants to enjoy that result. He is karmi.
So he's a Sakama,
Who?
the Karmi who turns to Krishna.
Yeah, he will become Sakama Bhakta.
It's considered like this.
If a Karmi, when he turns to Krishna, he will become Sakama Bhakta. And then from Sakama platform, he will go to Nishkama platform.
In the, I'm sorry to take time for this, but in the process of Nishkama Karma Yoga,
Yeah,
Karma Yoga if you want
Yeah.
to say, then you will say that devotee falls down into the Nishkama Bhakta category.
if he offers result to Krishna, he will become Nishkama Bhakta. That's what Krishna is saying. Yajyatat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadattam karma kaunteya mukta sangha samachara. He is saying that you do duty for the satisfaction of Yajna, who is Vishnu. In that purport, Prabhupada actually says Yajna is Vishnu. So when he does that, then he becomes Nishkama devotee.
That is devotee there itself, not.
Yeah, I can teach Yoga Ladder one more time, but if you guys have 1 hour time, I can teach Yoga Ladder completely one more time.
It is taught in different ways.
Can we do it on Sunday if you have time?
Sunday is
I know you
difficult.
understand this yoga ladder so nicely.
Sunday is difficult for me. Sunday morning I have class, Sunday afternoon I have class, Sunday evening I have class, Sunday night I have class.
Saturday? Oh no, we have to exam.
Saturday you are already having class.
Yeah, we have to prepare for exam also.
One of the days I can teach Yoga Ladder.
Whoever interested.
Whoever is interested. I can spend some half an hour, 45 minutes and teach Yoga Ladder.
Big misconception.
No, see, there is no misconception. There is devotee, there is yogi. Okay? Now, what Prabhupada says and what Krishna says, that the best of yogi should be devotee. This is the basic point there. The best of karma yogi is actually devotee. The best of jnana yogi is already devotee. The best of jnana yogi is already devotee. So that is Krishna's point, that's Prabhupada's point. That if you want to practice any yoga perfectly, you have to come to Krishna conscious platform. Okay. And every yoga is meant to take you progressively to Krishna conscious platform. But they also have some side results. So either you can be attracted by the side results, or you can progress to Krishna conscious platform, or you can directly go to Krishna conscious platform. That's it. This is yoga ladder, in short. But if we take half an hour, I can draw the whole ladder and I can explain everything. Half an hour, 45 minutes it will take. One of the days, if you are all interested, I can do it. The main confusion comes because we actually confuse, in ISKCON, we confuse the technical definition of yogi with devotee. The moment you bring Krishna in the equation, you become devotee. Then all these things come, Gunibhuta Bhakti, Pradhanibhuta Bhakti, all these things become applicable. Okay. There is also yogi who is not bringing Krishna into equation, who is just following the mechanical process. The process of mental speculation, the process of Ashtanga Yoga. He is following the process. And ultimately he will come to the platform of devotion. But from anywhere you can go to platform of devotion because devotion is natural. So that's what Krishna says. That when Krishna takes up a particular yoga in Bhagavad Gita, first of all, he defines the perfection of that yoga as devotion. Then he gives the rest of the definition about that yoga.
So did you say in each subcategory the perfection of that yoga is devotion?
Yeah.
But then that means that one would have to be engaging in bhakti, no?
Yeah.
But then how would the Ashtanga yogi be able to engage in bhakti because they would need to reach to a high level to then engage?
Yeah, see, anybody can become bhakta by a devotee association.
Right.
Okay. At any level, they can become bhakta by devotee association. Like that's what we read. No, that Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Devat Adharmasinasya Sudukhitasya. All these guys, Jnanis, Karmi, Yogis, they are all falling into this category of Sudukhitasya. Because Krishna is saying, no, Klesha Adhikata Tesham Avyaktaksatu Chesram Avyaktahi Gatir Dukam Devatirvapyate. All these guys are falling under the category of Sudukhitasya. Okay? They are all very much suffering. Somebody may be suffering more, somebody may be suffering less, all these guys are suffering. Anugrahaya charanti nunam bhutani bhavyani janardhanasya. The devotees are simply wandering around in this whole world so that they can give some mercy to them. That's why they are going on. So anybody at any stage, when he meets a devotee and accepts that mercy, he can become devotee. Or he can go through the whole yoga ladder and then see Paramatma and then see, oh, this Paramatma, this guy is so beautiful. I can do some service to this guy. Then he can become devotee.
Ultimately, it's quicker just to directly take to Bhakti Yoga, no?
Yeah, that's what Krishna is also saying.
Okay, fine.
In 30th chapter, Krishna says that.
And the main difference between the yogi and the devotee is that the yogi does mystic yoga, right?
Yeah, he goes through the process which actually takes him step by step in yoga. From Karma Yoga, he has to go to Jnana Yoga. From Jnana Yoga, he has to go to Jnana Yoga. From Jnana Yoga, if he is fortunate, he will come to Bhakti Yoga. But there are also side destinations to the process.
Is that like the Vedanta Bhakti Bhakti?
No, don't go to Bhakti. Bhakti is different.
Just one last point. Where would you classify the Kanishta Adhikari?
He is a devotee. He has adhikar. He is a devotee.
Yeah, but could he be Sakama Bhakta or Nishkama Bhakta? Both he can.
Yeah, you could be Sakama or Nishkama, both. If he practices pure devotional service, the principles of pure devotional service, he will be Nishkama Bhakta. Anyabhalashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadana Vratam Anukulyana Krishnana Silana Bhaktiruttama. Technically, Kanishta Adhikaris in ISKCON should be Nishkama Bhaktas.
Oh, Kanishta Adhikari itself is Nishkama.
Nishkama means that he is not trying to enjoy life. That's it. Okay. He is following this definition, Anyabhalashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadana Vratam Anukulyana Krishnana Silana Bhaktiruttama.
That is Uttama Bhakti, no?
Uttama Bhakti is Nishkama Bhakti.
Uttama Bhakti is only practiced at Kanishta level.
Uttama Bhakti should be practiced from beginning. That is why Uttama Bhakti is given in the Sadhana Bhakti stage. The definition of Uttama Bhakti is given along with Sadhana Bhakti in the first wave. Okay? Because Uttama Bhakti is what we are supposed to practice in the beginning. When Prabhupada was asked how many pure devotees are there in this movement, what was Prabhupada's answer? Prabhupada asked how many members are there in our society. And then he said all of them are pure devotees. What does that mean? It means when you join ISKCON as Bhakta Joe, first day in ISKCON, you are meant to practice pure devotional service. But practice in pure devotional service and perfection in pure devotional service are two different things. Okay? So for that, there is the example of green mango and ripe mango. A person who is immature and practicing pure devotional service, he is green mango. The same green mango will one day become ripe mango. Orange is not going to become mango. You understand? No. A person who is not practicing pure devotional service, Kanishta Adhikari, he is like orange.
Not Kanishta Adhikari.
He may be Kanishta Adhikari also. But he is orange, he is not mango. So he is bound to different category. Then when he start practicing pure devotional service, then he should be categorized as mango. Then he will become ripe mango. Okay, please read. Today we are still trying to finish this chapter. We went into yoga ladder.
concern should be to satisfy the Lord by one's activities. If the Lord is satisfied by an action, whatever it may be, then it is successful. Otherwise, it is simply a waste of time. That is the standard of all sacrifice, penance, austerity, mystic stance, and other good and pious work.
Yeah. Okay, Sattvika Bhakti is done for the satisfaction of the Lord, but there is desire for liberation. Nirguna Bhakti is done for the satisfaction of the Lord, but even without the desire for liberation. That's the difference between Sattvika Bhakti and Nirguna Bhakti.
So what was that property? Sattvika Bhakti and
Nirguna Bhakti.
Nirguna. What was the main difference again, sorry?
Both of them are done for the satisfaction of the Lord, but in Sattvika Bhakti there is desire for liberation. In Nirguna Bhakti there is no desire for liberation.
So in Sattvika Bhakti there's a desire for liberation.
Yeah, because it is the mode of goodness.
But I'm sorry, but I see, I can perceive that we have also desires for liberation, so that we fall down into the category of sakama.
Sakama is not desire for liberation. Sakama is desire for material enjoyment. Desire for liberation is a spiritual desire, is not a material desire. Desire for 4 types of liberation, along with service to the Lord, is a spiritual desire. It's not a material desire. So having that desire doesn't make one a Sakama Bhakta. Like one wants Sarupya Mukti or Sashri Mukti or Samipya Mukti or Salokya Mukti for the sake of service to the Lord, that doesn't make him a Sakama Bhakta. It simply makes him a Sattvika Bhakta and it takes him to Vaikuntha. It is not Kevala Prema. It is called Mahatmya Yukta Prema. So, but that is still Prema. I think there is a class required about Yoga Ladder and the Sakama and Nishkama.
I needed to
And
can't
NOD.
do this.
Look, your NOD classes are there somewhere, you can hear.
Yeah, I took for Coimbatore, I think recording is there.
It says the Nirguna Bhakti is formless worship.
No, Nirguna means without material qualities.
Without material qualities,
Hmm.
engaging in bhakti.
Yeah,
And Sattvika has material qualities and
the mode of goodness.
in the mode of goodness. So the one has no material qualities and the other is just simply in the mode of goodness.
Yeah.
Both of them are bhakti.
Yeah, yeah. And Nirguna Bhakti, Sattvika Bhakti is good, it's not bad. It's not bad. It will also lead to Prema.
Sattvika is not the pure bhakti.
It is not Kevala. See, our philosophy is somewhere there. Okay, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is like a topmost philosophy. Okay, in the entire spectrum of understanding the relationship with God, Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy is somewhere up there. Okay, but there are other Vaishnava philosophies which talk about Prema, which actually explains the Mahatmya of the Lord, and there is dependence on the Lord. By understanding once the Lord's Mahatmya, these things are there, and these destinations take one to Vaikuntha. And that destination is also good. It is also proper destination for Vaishnavas. It's not like an improper destination for Vaishnavas. Okay. So sometimes because our philosophy is so exalted that we get confused between all these different type of things. That's the reason that these things happen. Yes.
Sattvika Bhakti is a desire for liberation, right? The thing is if one is engaging in bhakti, then that means that they're already liberated, no?
Yeah, but the desire for liberation means that he wants to go to Vaikuntha.
Also, liberation in this context means going to Vaikuntha, not actually just being liberated from the material modes.
No. He wants to go to Vaikuntha.
Ah.
And that's a legitimate spiritual desire. Prabhupada says we should try to go back home, back to Godhead. Means what? We should go to Vaikuntha. There's a legitimate spiritual desire. it doesn't make one as a Sakama Bhakta.
Isn't a material desire if I say I want to go to Krishna because this world is just not a good place?
No, this is just
This is just a repulsion. So
no. This is just what to say, a statement of fact. What you said is just a statement of fact, because this world is indeed not a good place. So the desire to go to Vaikuntha, by understanding the nature of the material world, is a proper Vaishnava desire. Okay? But it is not Kevala Prema. That's it. It will not take you to Goloka.
Could you just repeat that again, please?
The desire to go to Vaikuntha, by clear understanding that this world is not a fit place for me, I should be in Vaikuntha serving the Lord, is a proper spiritual desire. Okay? It is a legitimate goal of a Vaishnava. But such a desire to go to Vaikuntha will not take you to Goloka, because it is not Kevala Prema. That's it.
because I remember in the Nectar devotion they qualify this as material.
No. Show me. Show me the reference.
Do you remember? No?
Not now, but show me the reference. We are going to live for some time, so show me the reference. I can clarify. Going to Vaikuntha is not a bad desire. Okay, please read.
The conditioned souls who do not have self-realization accept the material body as the dearmost. The idea of the dearmost is then spread all over the body, both concentrated and extended. The attachment for one's own body and its extensions like children and relatives is actually developed on the basis of the real living entity. As soon as the real living entity is out of the body, even the body of the dearmost son is no longer attractive. Therefore, the living spark or eternal part of the Supreme is the real basis of affection and not the body.
Yeah. Please continue.
One cannot actually love anything unless he is fully developed in the loving service of the Lord. It is just to stress that we must have more and more attachment to the principle of love.
So this is the most important point. What is that? One cannot factually love anything unless he is fully developed in loving service to the Lord. So the whole idea of Gaudiya Vaishnavism is to actually develop this attachment to the principle of love. This is our philosophy. Our philosophy is based on attachment to this principle of love. That there is a loving relationship with Krishna and the Jiva in different rasas, in 5 different rasas. Okay, this to be established in that loving relationship in those different rasas is actually the perfection of human life. So, anybody professing a principle of love, unless they are raised to this platform, they are simply talking about everything other than love. Especially in the modern world, there is so much talk about love, but that's all lust. Now people say that love knows no boundary. All these LGBT people, they say love knows no boundary. Love is this, love is that. But they are talking about gross lust, which is sinful. They are not talking about love. They are simply talking about gross lust. Kandovarena karayo yivadukka dukkam says that simply scratching of one skin with other skin. It's a permanent source of misery. That's what Prahlad says.
Totally sorry, this topic is up. How do we as devotee parents or devotees explain this thing to devotee children? Because in US everything is so rampant now.
Correct, yeah.